Alright, so this is my hair tutorial for the Black Widow look for the performance piece that I put together called Revenge of the Black Widow. So what you're going to need for this piece is you're going to have to start off with your hair it's a textured look, so in order for you to create the texture where you want it, you need to start off with your hair all the same texture, and it needs to be relatively straight. If it's a little bit wavy, that's fine as long as it's uniform. My hair is kind of like it's half curly, half wavy, so what I did was I did a blowout with the blow dryer with a big round brush, and there's loads of tutorials all over the internet about how to blow out your hair. So if you want to do that, you can do that. If you have naturally straight hair, you're in luck. You don't have to do any of that. So anyway, you have it relatively kind of straight, and I put a volumizing mousse in, which is good because you do want, this is going to be a big hair look. The volumizing mousse is going to help make your hair lift a little bit more. You want to put it at the roots. So yeah, this is what I'm starting off with, and what you're going to need for this tutorial is 2 heating tools. You're going to need a flat iron like this. And I put it on its hottest setting, depending on how yours is. If you have a really good one, you probably don't need it on the hottest setting, but this isn't as good, like if you had a GHD or a Chi. And then I'm also using a crimper. If you don't have a crimper, I do have a trick for using the flat iron to get this texture, but I like the crimper a little bit better, so if you have one, then you want to use that. You'll also need like a rat tail comb. Mine's kind of messed up, but you want the one with the nice long edge, or something with a nice long edge to help you section your hair off. And then this is for teasing. I also use this. This helps for teasing, this sort of ratty brush thing, and it also helps for smoothing out once you tease. And also you'll want like some kind of a hair clip to help you with sectioning your hair. I have this little thing here. Any hair clip will do, and then you want hairspray. Of course, any big hair look requires hairspray. So the first thing we're going to do is create the texture. So what I'm going to do is section off the top part of my hair, just like the crown here, just to make it a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to clip this back and out of the way, and then just start with the bottom part. So it's relatively smooth, so all I'm going to do is smooth out the different sections. I'm either going to smooth them out, I might curl them a little bit, or I might straighten them all the way, or I will crimp them. And we're creating different textures, so your hair is going to be really textured and wild. So I'm going to start with the flat iron for this section towards the front here, and I'm just going to smooth it out, and I will do a little bit of a curl towards the end. Nothing too formal. And then maybe this next piece I'll take it and just smooth it out all the way to the end. So that one's more straight. And then maybe I'll take, for the crimping, I like to take a really small section of hair and then crimp it. I think for the crimped pieces, they'll be a lot more random. I generally do a lot less of those than everything else because I feel like it looks really cool. If you do it too much, it can be a little funky. So with the crimper, you just hold it for, I don't know, I hold it for about maybe 10 seconds, maybe a little less, and then move on down. And if you have put mousse and product in your hair already, it helps it to hold the style better. At least for me it does. I'm just going to crimp this section here. This might even be a little big. I might even go a touch smaller next time for the next section. And I'm going to crimp it all the way to the end on this one. There are times when I might leave the end a little bit straight because that looks cool too. Anything goes really. This is more about creating texture than having a super uniform thing. The hair is going to be kind of wild and crazy. Black Widow hair. So got that little section there. Now if you don't have this, what you can do, I'll demo on the other side, little piece. What you can do is take a small section and you can braid it, just a loose braid, nothing too tight. You're going to be able to get it back out. So sort of a loose braid. Now if you're one of those women that's lucky enough to have really straight hair, what you can do is when you get out of the shower, when your hair's still damp, you can just put a couple of braids in throughout your hair and let it dry that way. And then when you go to style it, you'll just curl a few pieces here and there and then take your braids out, and you'll be ready to tease it and give it the volume. But if your hair isn't that straight. Okay, so we got our braid. Take a flat iron and hold it. And just go down your braid and hold it. So we're going to leave this and let it cool down and set before I undo it. So I'm just going to continue on with the rest of my hair, alternating between straightening it, putting a little curl here, there. Some of them I'll curl toward the bottom, some of them I'll curl towards the middle more and straighten the bottom, just working through creating different textures. So I'm going to do the rest of my hair and then come back and show you how to get the volume. Alright, so I finished doing all my hair, and I'm sorry, apparently the camera angle wasn't so good last time, so hopefully you can see more now, but I put in some of it's wavy, I crimped some of it's a little more curly. I've got pieces that are curlier towards the top even, and some of them are just straight. So you got this very multi-textured sort of look. And for those of you that don't have a crimper, I did, what I showed you earlier was I braided a piece, and then I put the hot iron, just the hot flat iron on it, and it was about 10 seconds for each little section. If your flat iron's not so hot, maybe use a little longer. So I think anywhere between 10 to like 12 or 13 seconds is probably good. So then, once you let it cool all the way down, you can undo the braid, and you will have this nice kind of wavy texture. It's a softer wave than the crimper, but the whole point is to create like a multi-textured look. So this will still give you that different kind of texture in your hair than the other pieces. So it'll work. So the next thing that we're going to do is put a lot of volume in the back. And before I do that, there's one more little sort of embellishment you could put in that I'm going to do. I already have a red streak in my hair on this side, but I kind of would like to have something on this side as well that's also red. So I have this extension that's red, and this would be really fun to do. I mean, you don't have to do it red. You could do, I don't know, any contrasting color. Like I could put in a blonde one, or for Halloween maybe I could put in a white one. You could put in like a purple one, anything, any kind of color to complement your outfit or complement the look. Since this is for, you know, Revenge of the Black Widow, and a lot of our costumes black and red, this is perfect, this red color. So when you're putting in, I have black on my hands for some reason, but when you're putting in one of these little extensions, they have a clip on it. What you want to do first is find where you're going to put it in, and I'm probably going to put this towards the front a little bit more. So I'm going to just move some of this stuff out of the way and then maybe clip it in right about here. So what I'm going to do too is take the part where I'm going to clip it in, and I'm going to tease it a little bit so that this clip has something to grip to better. So I'm just going to do this. And when you tease, it's better to go in one direction instead of going back and forth, because you're just like shredding your hair. But if you go in one direction and just push it up, what you're doing is you're helping to, generally you tease to create volume, and you're helping to create volume, but you're also giving yourself a way to brush it back out. You can gently brush it back out with a soft brush afterwards, and you're not damaging your hair as bad. I'm not going to say it's not damaging your hair, because I'm pretty sure it is. But it's the lesser of two evils. So I've got this crimp, so I've got a little bit of like a texture, something for this to grip to. So I'm going to put this in and then snap it shut. And these don't always want to snap shut very easily either. This one certainly doesn't seem to want to. So what I'm going to do to give myself a little bit of extra insurance, because I'm going to be performing and flipping my hair around with this, is I'm going to take a bobby pin. And they have the half-size bobby pins. I don't have them right now, but this is what I would use. But you want to just put one through and then put a second one through, making an X. So it's going to make a little X here. I'm going to push it up a little bit. So this is going to help to hold this in place so it doesn't go flying away. Wouldn't that just be fun of me flipping my hair and then having a hairpiece go flying into the audience? I'm sure that would be awesome. Maybe another time. So anyway, I got this extra little red piece. It's not really showing right now. So I might have to move it somewhere else. There you go, you can see it. So anyway, now I've got in some extra red for fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tease the back and make it really, really big. This is going to be sort of like a wild, multi-textured Barbarella kind of hair. So what I do when I'm teasing is I work from front to back. I find this is a little bit easier than trying to work from back to front. But some people might have a different preference. It just, I don't know. You can try both ways and see what you like better. So I'm going to start up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking a section across the top here. And make it relatively thin. It's got this little section, so I'm just going to push it down with my comb. And then I'm going to spray it just a little bit. Oof. I'm going to make a new hairspray. And then I'm going to take the side as well, because you want it to sort of be full all the way around. I'm going to take a side section and then do the same thing, tease it, and spray it, and then go to the other side. You have to sort of move your hair around so you can see. So I'm just going to continue working, you know, in this layer by layer, pulling a little bit, teasing it, and pushing it forward. So I'm just going to continue on and fast forward through that section. Whew. Okay, well now I'm sweating. So you're going to have this when you're done. And this is kind of crazy. It looks a little scary. But don't worry. It's where this little doohickey comes in right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start smoothing it out. Gently smoothing it out. You might even take some hair and from the front here and bring it down. So we're just smoothing it out. Now at this point, we're pretty much there. It's just going to be a matter of maybe teasing a little here and there and combing down a few other places to get it more even. But this is pretty much it. And so, yeah, I mean, there might be a little bit of play that you have to do with it afterwards, but really it's just, the whole idea is to get it big and poofy and back. This nice little bouffant thing going here. And then for my piece I have a little hat, so I'm going to go get that and put that on so you can see what the finished product looks like, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the finished look. I wanted you guys to see with the costume what everything looks like all together. So as you can see, I've got this hat with the netting on it. So, and we're starting off the piece with the hair half back and the hat on, and then as the piece progresses, the hat will come off and the hair will come down. It'll be loose and wild, but yeah. So this piece is meant to be very sort of macabre. It's very avant-garde. So along with the music and the style, we had to have the hair and the makeup really go with it. So with this hair, with the textured hair, with the red streak, and then of course the crazy makeup with the spider webbing on it, really just it all kind of pulls together this performance piece. So, and this is a really fun look. I mean, this would be great for Halloween. You could go dressed as a Black Widow for Halloween, and you know, maybe I'll put up some pictures after this of the complete costume so you can see it, you know, in the performance element. I'll put up some pictures from the performance on this video. So, but yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any, you know, questions, if you have anything to say, you can get in touch with me or maybe leave it in a comment, and I will do my best to answer it. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you give it a try and have lots of fun. I know I do. I like doing these kind of crazy looks and getting into it and doing the theatrical makeup stuff. So, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.